Okay. So, question one. Statistics show that Gen Z has a greater tendency to struggle with mental health. Do you believe this is true?
Yes.
What do you think is contributing to greater mental health issues in these young adults?
I think that may be the way our parents have raised us, is making like the younger generation have more mental health problems, and our problems are kind of brushed off.
Okay. In your experience, how might we as a society improve mental health as it relates to our peers?
Try to listen to each other and don't judge what a person is saying or believe like what they're going through.
Question number two. What effects might a troublesome childhood have on one's early adulthood? What effects might a troublesome childhood have on one's early adulthood? So if somebody had like a trouble past growing up, hard times, how would that affect them in the future when they become adults?
I would say it would affect them by decreasing their mental health, just because usually when you're younger, like you don't really talk about everything that's going on, so then you just hold on to it, and then it becomes like trauma, I guess you could say.
How does technology and social media impact Gen Z's perception of their own body image?
Because you see like Instagram models, people getting their body done all the time, getting everything fixed and changed, and they're making out like anything about themselves.
Alright. Okay. Question number 4. Of the Gen Z population, how might peers and social media influence one's career path or pursuit of higher learning? Of the Gen Z population, which is our generation, how might peers and social media influence one's career path or the pursuit of pursuing higher learning? So like going to college in the future after high school, finishing high school, what job they want in the future.
I feel like seeing like younger people like get rich off of social media makes like less people want to actually go to school, or just like get rich quick, like kind of schemes makes people not really care for college and stuff.
Good. Gen Z are influenced by devices and technology far more than millennials. What are some pros and cons of frequent internet and social media use on a daily basis?
So I feel like some pros are like you're connected to like anybody all over the world, and I just feel like I don't know, you can just benefit from social media, like by networking and stuff. But I think some cons are like the comparison. You kind of compare yourself to everybody else, and like what they're doing. Like you don't see the bad of people's lives, you don't see the good. So then it makes you seem like you're not like doing that and stuff like that.
Thank you. Question number 1. Statistics show that Gen Z has a greater tendency to struggle with mental health. Do you believe this is true?
Yeah.
What do you think is contributing to greater mental health issues in these young adults?
Growing up, experiencing new things, social media, drugs, all of it.
In your experience, how might we as a society improve mental health as it relates to our peers?
We should take a good look around us, and we could see like the resources that we have, and we could try to utilize them instead of talk down on people that are using them.
What effects might a troublesome childhood have on one's early adulthood? So if you had a troubled past growing up when you were younger, how might that affect you in the future when you become an adult?
Because you might not understand some of the things you were meant to understand when you were younger, because it was trouble and you weren't really developing.
Okay. How does technology and social media impact Gen Z's perspective of their own body image?
Because it could be body shaming or body positivity or
Of the Gen Z population, how might peers and social media influence one's career path or pursuit of higher learning? So when you look on social media, how would that affect you if you think about continuing your education, not continuing your education, what career path you would choose in the future? How would that affect you, your decision making?
Because when I get on social media, you see a whole lot of people doing a whole lot of different things. And, you know, we're all young as of right now, so everything at our age is still an option, really. You know, nothing is impossible.
Gen Z are influenced by devices and technology far more than millennials. What are some pros and cons of frequent internet and social media use on a daily basis?
Pros, you can find information quickly. Cons, it can be spread out everywhere. You can't get it back. You know, some more pros is like you could get.
Good morning. Can you state your name and age?
Shanice, and I'm 32 years old.
Okay. First question starts us off with statistics show that Generation Z has a greater tendency to struggle with mental health. Do you believe this is true?
No, not necessarily. I think the Generation Z, the need for therapy has become less taboo. I think now if you have never been to therapy before, it's almost out of the norm. It's pretty normal to at least, you know, have been exposed to therapy at least once.
Okay. And what do you think is a contributing factor to the greater mental health issues in these young adults?
I would definitely say social media.
Okay. And in your experience, how might we as a society improve mental health as it relates to our peers?
I would say more outdoor and physical activities and more human interactions.
That's good. Okay. And for next question, what effects might a troublesome childhood have on one's early adulthood?
Growing up in the teen parent era, like if you've had parents that were teenagers when you were born, or if your guardian struggle with alcohol and drug issues, and divorce could also play an important role in your adult life.
Okay. Question 3. How does technology and social media impact Generation Z's perspective of their own body image?
I believe social media gives a false narrative on what a normal body should look like. It gives a false narrative, especially to women.
Okay. Question 4. Of the Generation Z's population, how might peers and social media influence one's career path or pursuit of higher learning?
Social media basically has allowed Generational Z to basically develop careers without necessarily needing a degree. You can do something that begins to trend and all of a sudden, you know, you can make millions off of it. So it's actually produced more jobs that doesn't require a degree.
Okay, and last question 5. Generation Z are influenced by devices and technology far more than millennials. What are some pros and cons of frequent internet and social media? Okay, so question 5. Generation Z are influenced by devices and technology far more than millennials. What are some pros and cons of frequent internet and social media use on a daily basis?
I would say one of the pros is they're very technology savvy. Their ability to maneuver and learn how to use new devices was very impressive since they've, you know, had these devices pretty much since birth. One of the cons is their ability to disconnect from these devices and the social awkwardness that comes about from, you know, not necessarily interacting with people face to face and more so over the internet.
That's true. All right, that concludes our interview, and thank you so much for your time.
No problem.
We out.
What effects might someone having a troublesome childhood have on their adulthood?
Well, it depends on their background. Like, let's say like someone come from poverty, which making them like not financially stable, and that can like affect them by keeping their mind on like track, like focusing on their goals. Yeah.
Okay. How does technology and social media impact Gen Z's perspective of their own body image?
Well, that can impact the Gen Z by making them being insecure by their body, and also lowering their self-esteem.
Gen Z are influenced by devices and technology far more than millennials. What are some pros and cons of frequent internet and social media use on a daily basis?
Well, the pros about that is they like still like this whole pandemic going on right now. So you can just shop online, and like also you can use social media like be social and gain more friends but online instead like going out like it used to. But cons about that is when the pandemic over, it's gonna make them like be negative, like they don't want to talk no more. So because they're gonna get used to being online more, and also it's gonna make them less active, affecting their active life.